Sorry for the noise moving around the phone in the other videos. I'm going to try to get my message out. Masons use psychology as their main tactic for controlling us, and they compartmentalize us like the military. So branched up. Army, Navy compete, football teams compete, Boy Scout chapters compete. Even in the ghetto, they have football leagues and stuff. And some niggas want to knock a nigga's head off. And sometimes it escalates. Sometimes the government notices it and thinks about the risks and the benefits and whether they should allow it to continue or they should pull it. There's a bunch of these white occultists, and some of them have blacks in their families and they kind of care. Some of them are really racist, and some of them are Jews, and so on and so forth. And some of the Jews are my niggas, like my nigga Keith. You know, I hate to put you on blast like that, but some of Jews, even if they were to work for them, I know their soul. I know the type of person that they really are. And there's more of them than you think. There's more people on my side. A lot of these white people are like, look, dude, just give me his rightful place. Don't be stupid. Okay, this is very serious what you're doing. The Igbos are good people. Don't treat them like they were treated in Nigeria. Let them have their rightful place. They just want to do what's right. That's why they fight. They don't fight because they're greedy. They fight to protect their people and to keep people from killing and raping and their men, women, and children. It's just, come on, man. They're Christians, dude. It's like that's how they're coming at these people, right? And they're so greedy, these other whites, and these other, whatever they are, you feel me? Just white people walk by, their head down. I do feel kind of bad. I apologize. It's the older guy, and they both had hats on and walking shoes and running shoes. Anyway, they just fucked up, man. And I'm fighting for honor, man. And I can't let them do it. I have to get my rightful place, and they have to hear me like Muhammad Ali. But as a Christian, we're Igbos. Those of you who are African Americans, read the book Fighting for Honor by T.J. Dush Obi. In one of these videos before, my little brother's name's Obi. I'm not making this shit up. You heard my white mother say that. She was being covertly recorded. They're fuming me. They're trying to cheat me. These certain groups of, secret society guys, dude. Because I'm not one of them, and I don't take orders from them. And they want to control society effectively. And martial arts is at the core of religion. Think about Joshua. Think about Moses and Aaron with staffs, right? Their staff, your staff, your staff, your temple, your staff, and who holds it and how they hold it. And think about the sexual implications of that as well. The car's about to drive off. Sometimes they may do it on purpose to interrupt me. So I try to roll with it. Certainly bikers and stuff, people who rev their engines, and we get a lot of that. I get a lot of KKK typed harassment, and sometimes I yell out when on the freeway or something when no one's looking. And I apologize, but hey, you guys are provoking me. I figure after all day of you racists provoking me once in a while, yelling out, it's not fair that whites do KKK tactics on blacks. To this day, why you play stupid is not such a big deal. Think about how SIBO felt. Ezell Ford, rest in peace. Tamir Rice, Oscar Grant. Everybody who's lost somebody. Even if we're rivals on the streets, even if you don't like me, the bottom line is you're my people, and I'm not going to let them treat you this way. And I take it extra personally because I was raised by a good family, even though we don't agree about everything. I'm the top martial artist with a $100,000 challenge. And there's over 100 plus views, and there's real Compton niggas around. They can be paid to try to jack me and kill me and make it about a robbery gone bad or whatever. And so I have to consider these things. But the challenge is still there. I still got love for y'all. I'm tactical. I'm wise. And I'm not playing with them. Look at it from their eugenicist perspective, even if you don't see it this way. I'm the son of 2 doctors, a brain surgeon, white people who white people kiss his ass all over the community. He's done millions of dollars worth of free service. Everyone's like, oh, he's so smart, so great, right? How do you think they feel about that admiration and inheritance being passed on to me? That's why Kaiser ripped him off for $2 million. That's why right now there's a carrot on the stick, and the bank is holding back the money for his medicine, and they want you to blame me. Listen to me. They want you to blame me when they're going to control it anyway. They control life and death, and they're Satanists, and they want you to blame me instead of help me stop them. You know, and when I say Satanists, they don't necessarily wear masks, but some of them do. They're atheistic Satanists like Anton LaVey or something. They're rich people with too much time on their hands, too much money, who like telling people what to do and highlighting they're above them when they're having a bad day. And those pesky, spoiled brats that never grow up are having a bad day quite a lot. So they want you, quite often, and they want you to have the same traits that they have: selfishness, shallowness, conformity to this kind of culture that was passed on to them with their little crest, Greco-Roman bowl. That's why they had the bowl pictures. Bowl, cover the light, a bowl, a plate armor, plate armor. Okay, Greek Apis, Hellenization. They added Serapis and the Nordic features of the Vikings, and they got you Jesus, which is the Hellenization of Serapis plus the Vikings when they came in later. Okay, and there's Talmudic Jews, and some of them see themselves as related to Vikings too, and some of them are. We're not going to get into that. That's why Ashkenazi Jews, lightning, Viking, thunderbolts, Thor, blonde hair, Nordic, Norse, Ireland, Scottish Rite, Scotland by England, the UK, United Kingdom, Northern European, Scandinavia. Okay, they went out in the cold. They sat there bitter, not having their sexual needs met, knowing there's a bunch of rich, sexy women there. They came in. Those people made a deal. They said, "Hey, we like fucking rich, sexy women too. Let's control trade and reproduction together, and let's cut out those black guys, first and foremost." And a lot of these places in Europe, like Greece, used to have a lot more blacks until a lot of these rapists came in and wiped them out or assimilated them, and they turned white, just like they did in the Neanderthals, except for in a more brutal and supposedly more civilized or less dark time. As we achieved civilization, the Light Temple brought in light. When the Horus or Haru, right? They say Horus because they want a Horus, but it's really Haru, the hair. And they say Heru because H-E-R. So they want to make it seem like it's gender feminist. That's also a Greek perspective. But it's actually hair, the rabbit, Playboy bunny, right? The hair, Playboy gangs, Playboy Crips, Playboy bunny in Chicago, the hair, Haru, skywalking, cripwalking versus moonwalking, which is the 9, which is the left feminist heavy party, females, moon temple kind of heavy party, trying to infiltrate and say, hey, let's do it the women's way. Have a bunch of gender feminists leading the movement, as opposed to strong male, fuck a bitch, slap that hoe if she gets out of line, and then there's the hidden truth, which is people like me, who are the bloodline of Judah princes legitimized, who other princes whose records have been lost by these secret societies who compartmentalize us and use psychology and lack of communication. Community needs communication. Commune with your ancestors and God and Jesus. They use lack of communication and psychology because they're psychopaths with complexes that use the military-industrial complex. Okay, and I say variations of a lot of things I say before in different ways because they are specifically trying to get me to go crazy, and therefore I have trouble articulating myself in some videos. I want to show you as I progress on and off drugs in different states of mind. I see it the same way. I have my behavior on camera for the public to see, and it takes a fool not to see it my way. It helps me maintain my sacred morality. Excuse me for the noise on the camera. It's probably shuffling a little bit, sorry. I'm fighting for honor, okay? I make that clear over and over again. So whenever I die and the world asks what happens, the sinners are punished with guilt and by righteous men accordingly. I am not here to sway the court system. I am here to show the people the truth and permanently put the dogs, the spiritual bottom feeders, in their place in a way that makes it impossible for them to snake you into believing that the snakes should control the system and that you should balance it with a scale, your scale with a serpent scale, right? Even the word scale is a slithery attempt for snakes to get you to balance it with a snake as opposed to the feather of a hawk and fly with your ancestors. You prefer to crawl with the maggots and fleas and the worms because you are slithering coward that hid. Like, is it safe to come out my cave like a little old bitch? And all the Light Temple people you took with you, they're going to see it my way. And I'm not threatening you. I'm not going to hurt myself or anyone else unless it's consistent with sacred morality, which is a higher law than the law. These people break the law. They speed and do all kinds of pedophilia shit they get away with. And you're watching me, and not the pedophiles, not the sex offenders, not the, the terrorist, quote unquote terrorists. Why are you provoking me? Why do you want to cause more trouble? Oh, that's right, because you balance it with a Western 10 tables of Rome, Plato, eugenic snake scale, pederastry, homosexual, plumber scale. You want to keep warm? You're going to have to lay in the master's bed, and the gay guy will warm you up, little boy. Scale. Or a little girl. Or your sister, mother, daughter, while you're gone at war. These are the scumbags who took advantage of our families while we were gone at war. When we came back all wounded and stuff, they said, hey, we'll give you a job if you say this and do it this way. You want those pussy snakes and shit? Man, fuck those. I'm done.